Hello, everybody. Thank you all for coming out to my talk. My name is Edwin Derk, and I'm a Java champion. And like most people, I was not born a Java champion. This title was bestowed upon me somewhere in my life, last year in September, actually. But this title is a result of a career path I have followed as a developer, a software developer. And in this session, I will tell you everything about this career path, this journey I have made, as well as what actually a Java champion is, of course. How you can become one yourself if you would like to, but most importantly, why you should be a Java champion or not. What does it mean for you personally, and what does it mean for you in your career? So to further introduce myself, I'm working as a principal consultant at an IT company, Rockstars IT in the Netherlands. I have a Java developer background. I did a lot of architecture, cloud architecture, but nowadays I'm more a management consultant, advising companies on how to do their IT for the future on a strategic level. I'm also active still in the community as a writer, author. I speak a lot of conferences, and I still contribute a lot to Jakarta and Microprofile because these are the frameworks I still love very much. And I think, as you will see my other talks, I encourage people to do beautiful stuff with. In case you want to contact me, I'm mostly active on Twitter. Here's my Twitter handle, and I have a personal blog site that you can also access if you would like to. So without further ado, I would like to dive into what a Java champion is. Java champions come from the Java Champions program. And this program was founded by Sun Microsystems in 2005. And when Oracle took over Sun, they continued with the Java Champions program. And this program contains the processes to actually nominate and acquire Java champions. But no, Oracle does not appoint Java champions. They merely facilitate the program. Java champions appoint new Java champions. People like you watching, people like me before I was a Java champion, could become a Java champion. And this is a nice way to stand out from the crowd, actually, if you ask me what a Java champion is. Because we have literally billions, or no, not billions, millions of Java developers around the world. It should be billions, of course, but we have millions of Java developers around the world. And if you look at the list of Java champions right now, we kind of have 350, 360 Java champions in this program. So if you are one of the 350 people from the million of Java developers that actually stand out from the crowd, that is kind of a prestige, and you are really doing something to put yourself in the spotlight that people find attractive, and then appoint you as a Java champion. So it is a label that is being bestowed upon you, but there is something really behind it. And if you can get towards a Java champion, you are doing something very beautiful for the community, and that's what the Java Champion program wants to highlight for people. So are there other benefits for Java champions? There are a few, but aside from the label that you can use to do whatever you like with, you also get from JetBrains a IntelliJ Ultimate license, which is a very nice gesture again from the community and companies acting in the community. And you can get a Pluralsight license. So that next to just having a label, you also have something touchable that you can use to do your work with. So how can you become a Java champion? And if I look at my own career, I'm not the one that knows everything about Java. And that's a beautiful thing. No Java champion knows everything about Java. We all have kind of our thing. And it's a beautiful reference to this conference, actually, because Java, and especially Java using with Kubernetes, is one of my things. I have been promoting the way you use Java Enterprise with Jakarta and Spring on Docker on Kubernetes, on cloud architecture. That's really my thing I've been promoting for years. So I really believe in this software stack and community ecosystem that really is valuable. So that's why I can point it out here at this conference, because Java and Kubernetes are just such beautiful platforms to do building software and hosting software with. That everybody should use and know about, of course. But all the Java champions, some are just so deep inside Java in the language and the JDK that I sometimes even cannot comprehend what they are talking about because it's so technical or difficult or maths. But others are just not even doing Java anymore. They are just promoting, advocating. So we all have our thing. And within the set of Java champions, like 350-ish people, there's a beautiful mix that always we can fall back on each other and complement each other. But also the Java champions group is a group that really has a mirror that says, how are we acting as a group? And who can and should be a Java champion? Who do we want in this group and who doesn't fit in this group? Because some people might have beliefs or not technical expertise that fits in this group. So we really are looking at ourselves how to make the best from the Java community with the people that we have and that we can use and want to use, of course, in a group of Java champions. So becoming one, like I said earlier, is exposing yourself. And expose yourself, of course, in a software development kind of way. And the first thing you can already do as a software developer, which might be very familiar for you, is start joining open source projects. This way you can not only be active technically, because you can add a pull request for code, for example, or documentation, or engage with people inside a project. So you not only sharpen your skills as a developer, but also engage with people to start generating exposure. Because a lot of the prominent people in the Java community, like Java champions, but other thought leaders as well, they are often involved in open source projects. So getting in their radar is a good thing to expose yourself in that regard. But next to providing code or stuff like that, you can also engage on mailing lists and Slack or whatever means of communication they are using for a certain application. What you also can use and work on is getting video material of yourself. Video has the advantage that you can really show who you are, how you look, how you present, who you are as a person, and also what you present, what is your technical expertise, of course. So there are very many ways to actually expose yourself via video. One of the most prominent is do conference sessions. I will be talking a lot more about it in a few slides. But you can also have video tutorials. Maybe there's a topic close to your heart that you really like to share knowledge via video, and then you can have video tutorials, for example, on Pluralsight or on YouTube or whatever platform you think is applicable for you. And also more on a personal level, you can also have vlogs just talking about Java or whatever is necessary in the ecosystem that you want to talk about. So there are many ways to expose yourself via video. But like I said, conference speak is one of the most prominent ways to expose yourself. And it's not just doing technical stuff, it's not just doing video stuff. There comes a lot more to it. And that's why I want to really point out being a conference speaker towards Java champion is one of the best things to take on. So as a conference speaker, you are conceptually presenting a topic to a group of people. Often in person, because then you travel to a certain location around the world, speaking on a stage, or online, like this conference, where you sit behind your computer and do a session there. Both are fine, and both have their advantages and disadvantages. But after Corona, and especially during Corona, online conferences have become a thing. And yeah, I don't think we will ever that they will ever go away. So a healthy mix of online and offline is good to share knowledge in worldwide, because not everybody can actually be on the same location all the time, because traveling also costs time and effort. Now, regarding the format, you're often delivering a technical session like 45 minutes or an hour, or shorter or longer, or a workshop. So whatever the conference format is, you are presenting. And the beautiful thing of that is you don't have to be a real guru or thought leader or Java champion to start as a conference speaker. I have started as a conference speaker when I was just a developer and architect. I didn't really have much exposure going for me, and my presentation skills were also beginner level. So everybody can start out as a conference speaker, and it's a really nice journey to engage with, because you hone your skills on several levels, not only your hard skills but also your soft skills. And that's where it gets impact. When you start sharing your knowledge and your visions and ideas, engage with people, you not only understand how people look to your topic and what they think of you, you get feedback, and that either inspires people or maybe frustrates people or irritates people. You get different responses from different people, but in the end, this gives you the ability with this feedback to master your subject. You get a chance to really improve your way you engage with your subject, not only on a hard skill level, but also on soft skill level, and repeatedly bringing it over better to people, and therefore hoping to make sure that your topic sticks and gets picked up by other people, and they are getting along with it. So that's the impact that you can make as a conference speaker. And getting started as a conference speaker is also very easy. The process is usually to submit a so-called call for paper, which I will be talking about more in detail later. But the call for paper is a conference that wants to compile a program of speakers and opens a sort of mailbox or system that says, send us your ideas and sessions in an abstract, and we are thinking about how to put that in a schedule or not. So you can just send in your ideas and hope they will accept it in their program. That does not mean that you are automatically accepted when you send in a submission, because you might either not fit in the schedule because it's full, or they might deem your subject not relevant for their schedule. So you can also get rejected. This does nothing have to be personal, but it can feel like it's not always fun to get rejected, especially if it's a conference where you really want to be in, that you would like to speak on. So yeah, that happens, and it goes for everybody. Now the beautiful thing is that you also can get accepted. Then you get an email that says, "Oh, welcome, thanks, you are going to be accepted at a conference." You can start preparing, and then you have this hooray moment, like, oh, euphoric, and I can present at a conference. Especially if it's in person, you have to start thinking about when and how you travel and your hotel and prepare your presentation. But it also means that you have to get to work and really deliver, of course. So in my experience, I'm taking it with me until the conference actually happens. When I'm in the shower or in bed or in the car, I'm thinking about my topics, how to improve and how to put it in presentations, so that I can really bring it over to my audience. Now, luckily, traveling for conference speakers is kind of light, because you mostly only need your laptop with a presentation or an IDE if you want to show code on stage. So traveling is not really an issue for conference speakers, especially because the software that you really use and always use and want to use is on your own laptop. So you really have your own ecosystem with you all the time, and it makes it easy to get on stage and do your thing. Because the challenge is often getting on stage, especially for beginning conference speakers. yeah, the on-stage experience might not always be the best, and you can stress out. So not having to deal with your hardware and software might be a good thing in that situation. So submitting a call for paper. Like I said, it's an abstract of your talk. In a very concise way, you explain what you are going to tell and what the audience can expect of your session. What are they going to learn? And next to that, they sometimes ask you to provide a biography of you, who you are and what your expertise is, which company you work for. And also, do you have any additional speaking experience, video recordings of yourself? Are there any projects you're involved in? All the things that I mentioned before can come in handy when you are compiling your speaker profile for a conference when submitting a call for paper. So the call for paper abstract is one thing, but having more leverage with everything you do in the community helps with getting accepted and making your submission more complete. So if I look at my own first submission, my very first CFP in 2017, I did a masterclass speaker experience in the Netherlands from the Netherlands Java user group. And it was a very good way to start out as a conference speaker, because I had no idea how to compile a CFP, an abstract. So I worked with the commission, the program commission of the masterclass to compile my abstract and send it in to JFOL in the Netherlands for the first time. And I got accepted immediately. So my first try getting becoming a conference speaker was immediately a hit, and it appeared to be a hot topic because I have been doing that same presentation over and over again at several conferences shortly after that, as you can see here. So for me, I was lucky to have a hot topic, and I got accepted and had the opportunity to deliver it multiple times and growing in that as a conference speaker. So to give you an impression on how that CFP looked like, it was this. I'm not really fond of having much text on my slides, but I want to give you an impression of what that really looks like. And this is actually a very long CFP. It should ideally be the first 2 paragraphs. That is more than long enough, because you have to imagine when you are an attendee at a conference and you're looking what next session to attend to, you scan a few words in that abstract and you're like, okay, this is for me or not for me. So a whole story there will not help in that regard. But this is still the CFP I worked with initially. So there is a problem or a situation that I want to explain, what I want to solve, and what people can learn from it. These are the 3 ingredients that actually come into a CFP to engage with attendees to go to your session. So when I said doing this session more often and other sessions more often, you're going as a speaker. And then you get the feeling of what is relevant and what is not. Which of my sessions are a bullseye? I get accepted all over the place, and which are not. Some of my sessions, but it counts also for other people. Sometimes you have a long breath. You have an topic that really is close to heart. You want to speak about that. It just doesn't get accepted over and over again. So instead of being rejected and feeling bad for yourself, you have to keep trying and get it into the conferences somehow. And sometimes it happens that you get accepted once and then again all over the place. So maybe there was something with your abstract not good enough, or it was just not the time for the topic, but it can change in the future. So you really should persevere and not give up. But the most beautiful thing of all is getting requested to speak. When you get traction as a conference speaker, you get sometimes emails from people that say, "Hi, I'm from Conference X. Do you want to speak at our conference?" And then you are sure to have gained exposure in the community, because people actually can find you and want to hear more from you. Regarding the content, that means that every time you deliver the session, you should evolve it. Don't count on your slides from last year to be relevant for a session a year later. Always look at the slides and the content if it's relevant still and what needs to be polished or which dates need to be adjusted, stuff like that. So really, keep your slides up to date. You can also pitch your session, of course, with your friends and colleagues and family. How can I evolve this session to deliver even a better message? And the benefits of doing this more regularly, the same session, and growing as a speaker, you get acknowledgement. People are starting to know you, they are starting to engage with you, so you are getting traction. But you must stay true to yourself. If you're an occasional speaker like me, going to a conference is like, yes, I'm going again, I'm looking forward to it. But there are also people which have a job speaking at conference. They are constantly traveling, constantly away from home. That is a life you must want. It's very noble and good that people do that, but if that doesn't suit for you, don't do it. To speak and speak with opportunities that you get and that you feel comfortable with, and don't overdo it, because if it becomes a must-do thing, I think the beauty of it goes away. That said, you can learn a lot from it. When you deliver your sessions, you can read your sessions review, you can watch your sessions recordings, and you can ask feedback from people. And you can use that to grow in your career and hone your soft and hard skills as a speaker with the session that you provide. And the thing that I still have to learn, don't be shy to promote yourself. Use Twitter, LinkedIn. I would not advise Facebook, but yes, get yourself in the picture and don't be shy about, hey, I'm going to present at this session. You should come because you are going to learn this and this. Very easy to do and can be very effective to get the attendees to your session, if you like to. Now, which sessions should you target as a beginning or maybe an advanced speaker? Because most sessions are like the defaults in a program, 30, 45 minutes or an hour technical sessions, sending information and Q&A afterwards. But there are other sessions that you also can target, like the Peshakusha. This is the 20 slides out of forward every 20 seconds format that you tell allows you to tell a story in 5 minutes. Well, this can sound very easy, but to get your story so concise in 20 slides and make sure that you hit every slide in these 20 seconds, or that's really hard to do, but a fun exercise. And if you do it right, it can feel good. But most importantly, these sessions are often less contended in conferences. So the chances of getting accepted to the session, if you submit to these, increases your chances of getting accepted. This also counts for the more quick or bite-size or lunch sessions, 15, 20 minutes, you deliver a talk and a short Q&A after. These are also less contested in conferences. So if you want to get in as a conference speaker and start speaking, but not the whole 1 hour long full-fledged session, you can do a lighter version of your talk in a shorter session, which gives you more of a lighter experience getting on stage instead of the full shebang. What you also can do is target workshops. These are also often less contested, but for a reason. You can deliver a workshop, which is often a 2, 3, 4 hour, maybe a day, one topic at a conference that you really deliver on site, and people are starting to do demos and listen to you and get their hands-on workshop things going. But you shouldn't underestimate the preparation time that goes into this. Having it work on everybody's computer takes several iterations of your content, and they must also understand it. So it's fun to do, it's valuable to do, but don't underestimate the like I said, the preparation time. And if you are going to do a workshop, make sure that you have other people with you that you trust and can count on to act as a group of 2, 3, 4 people to do the whole workshop, and so that you do not have to do it alone. And there's also the bird of a feather session. This it might sound strange to people because they something ask what is that. It's a more of a on-conference panel discussion session where you engage with the audience without having a real agenda. Sometimes you bring some topics with you. I'm going to present this. Does anybody have a question about that? To start a discussion with the audience instead of only sending information. I myself find these often fun to do, and really hearing from the people what they think of you, of your topic, or whatever. You can really engage with the community. Like if you see that we are sitting on the stage or behind a table and in a less formal session, so yeah, it's a great way to engage with the community and still be a speaker on stage. That gives you at least the impression that you are the expert there. And of course, again, these sessions are less contested in conferences. So getting involved in panel discussions and BOFs is a really valuable and fun thing to do. Last but not least, what you can also do is piggyback on other speaker sessions. And like I said, the workshops that people can do, it does not have to be you to do a workshop. Somebody else can do a workshop or have an idea for a workshop, and this person is asking for support or additional speakers to engage in his workshop or this person's workshop or session otherwise. So you can engage with that person and say, okay, I'm interested in joining your workshop. So you can learn from that, you can engage with people, and you don't have the whole responsibility of the workshop on your shoulders. So you can really start feeling how a workshop works in a lighter way. And also it gets you an opportunity to get into a conference, but not directly from your own submission, but like I said, piggybacking in a positive way on somebody else's session. So these are the things that you can do to get yourself exposed to the community, which can lead to people saying, hey, that person is exposing themselves in such a way that he should be a Java champion. I'm going to nominating him. But why should you want to be nominating someone for a Java champion, and why should you be a Java champion yourself? That is the real question. I said it many times already, you learn so much from that. In this path of exposing yourself, you hone your subjects, you hone your presentation skills, you engage with people, you learn so much, especially if you are at a conference, you often get a conference badge, so you can attend the whole conference instead of just only your session. So it gives you an opportunity to learn from others as well. So I really encourage you to sit out the conferences from front to back, as I often do, to engage with people and learn as much as possible to make it worthwhile. Now, to make it fun, conferences often organize other sessions like doing games or engaging with each other. And that brings me to socializing, because socializing is one very important thing in exposing yourself. Like I said, conferences often arrange speaker dinners or city trips or sporting days. I've seen several things, but really, again, taking extra value from the conference and people that you are with socializing is a very good way and fun way to get into the picture as an expert. And of course, if you are traveling for conferences, you can go to places that you never thought you should have a reason to come. So you are seeing the world next to learning a lot of stuff and engaging with people. So I've been to America and Eastern Europe, and I never really thought I would make some trips like to Ukraine in 2019. Yeah, it's a beautiful experience all in all. So if you want to know more about me or the Java Champions program itself, you can access these links. Sorry. And of course, if you want to know more, you can ask me questions right now or after the session in Hova, or on Twitter later. I'm always open for discussion. And if you get inspired and you need someone to kick you off on a path to conference speaker or otherwise expose yourself in the I can always see if I can help you. So in that case, for now, I want to thank you for being here. I hope I have inspired you, or that you learned something about Java Champions and what it means to be one and how to become one. And if you are not going to become a Java champion, you still can be a champion of Java, of course, because everybody that does the right thing, as I see it, with Java and tries to do the right thing with the technology is a champion on its own. But really being awarded for that, so that you have a label that you can use to inspire others again, that for me is a real beauty of being a Java champion. Thank you all for coming.